Okay, this one took me by surprise. Many people asked me to do the full review of POCO X3 and I understood why. At first, when I saw the specs, everything is same like all the other phones in this price range, like Realme 7 Pro, Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. But then I checked the weight. It is 225 grams, that's huge. But does the weight of this phone stops me from recommending this like any other feature does? To know that, watch till the end of this video. And yes, this is the full review video of POCO X3. So without wasting the time, let's dive into our video. Myself Sumi, behind the camera we have Karthik. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Tech. By now, if you are following our review videos, you can say that this video will be divided into 5 parts. Design and build quality, display, performance and software, battery and charging, and at the end camera. Okay, first let's address the elephant in this room, the weight. At 225 grams, this is the heaviest phone I have ever held in my hand, but surprisingly, the heaviness is not felt much. Instead, the phone felt solid with nice grip to hold. The phone felt fun using it despite the weight. The back is made up of plastic, which is a downgrade from POCO X2 which has glass back. But the plastic used is not cheap as A51 or M31 in Samsung phones. There is a huge logo printed on back. I am not a huge fan of it, but sure, it does look different. Then we have a very unique camera design. It's a circle chopped on top and bottom. It looks good for me, but many may not like it. The camera hump is significant and is a surprise because the phone's thickness is about 10 mm. POCO can easily keep the camera hump flush. The side frame is made of metal. On bottom we get the speaker grills, USB-C port and a 3.5 mm jack. On right side we get volume rockers and a capacitive fingerprint which doubles as power button. The fingerprint is fast and accurate like all of other capacitive scanners. On top we get secondary mic and an IR blaster. This IR blaster is used to control TVs or ACs. On the left side, we get hybrid dual SIM slot. We can use 2 SIMs or 1 SIM with memory card. So people who use 2 SIMs should go to a higher version, and this phone's price starts at 16,999 for 6GB, 64GB, 18,499 for 8GB, 128GB and 19,999 for 256GB version. POCO X3 has dual speakers and their quality is also quite good. Listen to this sample. The front has a Gorilla Glass 5 protection with the center punch hole camera with small bezels. Overall, the design is new but not exciting, and it's built like rock. Now let's see the display. This is where POCO X3 had surprised me. POCO X3 have a 1080p 120Hz LCD display. The quality of this panel is quite good, very good colors, and the display feels flagship level. Sure, the 120Hz will have stutters sometimes, but that's because of the lag in software. The brightness is good and can be easily readable in sunlight. Also, I forgot to mention the vibration or the haptic feedback on this phone is quite awesome. POCO X3 supports HDR playback and has Widevine L1 certification. Also, the touch sampling rate is at 240 Hz, so the touch is always responsive, especially while playing games. So overall, display despite LCD is very good for POCO X3. Now let's talk about performance and software. POCO X3 packs a new Snapdragon 732G. This is not much different from Snapdragon 730G or over 720G. The performance is same as the other, and the optimization of MIUI makes the phone work without any issues. The phone literally never got heated even in the long gaming sessions. The phone runs smooth while using most of the apps. Talking about software, POCO X3 comes with MIUI 12 and Android 10 with POCO Launcher. POCO Launcher has app drawer and arranges the apps based on categories. The MIUI is the most distinctive yet most useful UI in Android realm. Many useful features are baked right in with good animation. The recent apps layout is also quite different and we get used to it within no time. So the big issue with MIUI is the ads. In POCO we don't see many ads, but there are tons of bloatware installed by default. Most of them are games and can be uninstalled. Also, we get stories on lock screen which looks good and we can disable if you don't want. There is themes, security apps, hidden folders everywhere, a new type of notification shade, one hand mode and separate apps for gallery, music and so on. To discuss about MIUI features, we need a full-length video. If you want that, please mention it in the comment. Overall, MIUI with Snapdragon 732 is snappy and annoying. Now let's talk about the battery and charging. POCO X3 weighs 225 grams and that's because of the 6000 mAh battery. The battery goes on and on and on. I didn't dare to do a battery drain test. We can easily get 7 to 8 hours of intense screen on time and MIUI helps in that with its great battery management. The phone is supplied with 33-watt charger and it charges the phone to 90% in 1 hour. That is pretty impressive for 6000 mAh battery. Total 100% charge takes about 1.5 hours. Overall, the battery of POCO X3 is a champ. Now let's talk about the camera. POCO X3 comes with 4 cameras and as always, the 2 cameras are macro and depth sensor. The main camera is 64 megapixel IMX682 sensor, which is very common in this price point. But if you look at the samples, the pictures comes out of main camera comes out great. The quality of photos is quite good, better than any other phones under 20k. Colors are natural and the detail is good. Contrast and dynamic range are excellent. It also has a 13 megapixel wide angle camera. They are quite detailed. The colors are nice and the dynamic range is also pretty wide. Then we have the 2 megapixel macro camera. It has fixed focal length at 4 cm. The photos have enough detail but the colors are not so good. Still, it is a better macro camera. There is a 2 megapixel sensor and is used while shooting portraits. The portraits comes out really good. The subject separation is nice with natural blur in background. The portrait shots are pretty detailed and we can adjust the strength of background blur too. The low light photos from main camera are okay. Aggressive noise reduction makes the images blurry. Using night mode makes the pic more bright and the highlights are restored. Wide angle low light shots are poor even with the night mode enabled. Let's talk about selfies. The 20 megapixel samples from front camera have good detail, good color and good contrast. The fixed focus point is too close and the long distance selfies may get blurred. Also there is selfie portraits but the camera struggles to do subject separation almost every time. POCO X3 can capture 4K 30fps with both main and ultra-wide cameras. The details of main camera videos are fine with good colors. There is also electronic image stabilization. The ultra-wide videos comes out surprisingly good, even better than many so-called flagships. The videos are detailed and the colors are pretty accurate. Again, the night videos offer same results as the photos, good main camera and not so good ultra-wide videos. So if we see the camera of POCO X3, it is very capable and every time the user will be happy with the results. Overall, if we see the pros and cons, POCO X3 has great display, best battery life, fast charging, surprisingly good cameras, good haptic feedback, 3.5mm jack, SD card slot and stereo speakers. And the only cons are the software build quality and the weight. Seeing at the pros and cons, you can easily say that POCO X3 is the best phone under 20,000. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching.